Welcome back to another segment of Behind the Scenes of the Waltons. Today, I am doing a special birthday tribute in honor of Michael Learned. So I'm here to celebrate Michael's life and her career and just what a wonderful, special person she is and what a special person she has been to me in my life. If you are enjoying these segments, please do hit like and subscribe. First of all, I wanted to let everyone know about another upcoming appearance that a number of the cast will be at. This is the Hollywood show, and it is going to be at the LA Marriott Burbank in California. It will be June 6th and 7th. And in attendance from the Waltons at this point will be Richard Thomas, possibly Michael Learned, me, Eric Scott, Cammie Kotler, David Harper, and who knows who else. Plus, there will be a lot of other celebrities from other shows that you will be familiar with. So you can check out the website at hollywoodshow.com for the June 6th and 7th dates. That's a Friday night in the evening, and then all day on Saturday. And we will be signing pictures and selling merchandise and things like that. So come on out and see us there. Regarding Michael, I thought I would start off by reading you some of her bio just for some background for all of you. Four-time Best Actress Emmy Award winner Michael Learned was born on April 9th in Washington, D.C. The oldest of 6 daughters of a U.S. State Department employee, she was raised on her family's farm in Connecticut. The family moved to Austria when she was 11, and it was while attending boarding school in England that she fell in love with the theater and decided to become an actress. Learned married Oscar winner Robert Donat's nephew, Peter Donat, a Canadian citizen, when she was 17 years old, a marriage that lasted 17 years and produced 3 sons. She learned her craft while acting for the Shakespeare festivals in both Canada and the U.S., while simultaneously raising a family. She and her husband Peter acted together with San Francisco's American Conservatory Theater, ACT, in the early 1970s. Her breakthrough came when she was appearing in an ACT production of Noel Coward's Private Lives, where she was spotted by producer Lee Rich, who cast her as Olivia Walton in the new television series about a Depression-era family, The Waltons. Learned won 3 Emmy Awards playing the role and another Emmy for her next foray into series TV, Nurse. She escaped typecasting as Olivia Walton, although she reprised the role that made her famous in several TV reunion movies, while appearing on numerous shows and TV movies, including the 1986 adaptation of Arthur Miller's All My Sons with co-star James Whitmore. She is the godmother of Christopher Plummer's daughter, Amanda Plummer, and as a matter of fact, Amanda's middle name is Michael, after her. She's the mother of 3 sons, Chris, Caleb, and Lucas. In an obvious play on her unique name, Michael Learned once portrayed a widow named Mike Yardner in a 1973 episode of Gunsmoke. She was awarded the 1983 Drama-Logue Award for Outstanding Performance for A Month in the Country at the Mark Taper Forum Theater in Los Angeles, California. Marion Seldes, Christina Runer, and she were awarded the 1996 Drama-Logue Award for Outstanding Ensemble Performance for 3 Tall Women at the Mark Taper Forum Theater in Los Angeles, California. She is the mother-in-law of Tracy Wall Donat, the daughter of Helen Reddy, who married her son Lucas on July 20th, 1984. So there you go. That's a little bit of Michael's bio. She also spent time on soaps. She did 23 episodes of General Hospital. She did 14 of The Young and the Restless. She did an episode of All My Children, and she did 2 episodes of One Life to Live. She played Abigail Adams for 6 episodes of The American Revolution. And I also, this is interesting because here she was playing like a presidential wife, basically. And then I saw her play Mary Todd Lincoln in a live sort of presentation, sort of small, short play one time. So she did those presidential wives very well. Then she was also known, this Gunsmoke was mentioned, but in an earlier episode of Gunsmoke, I believe, She was known as the only woman that Matt Dillon ever kissed on Gunsmoke. And she was a series regular on the short-lived series Living Dolls in 1989. She did a ton of theater work, and including Broadway productions of The Three Sisters, The Love of Anatole, and The Sisters Rosenzweig, and Gore Vidal's The Best Man. Over the years, I saw her in a number of performances on stage. She was just always so brilliant. I saw her do On Golden Pond. I saw her do Driving Miss Daisy, and several others that names escape me at the moment. So that is my amazingly talented mother, Michael Learned. Of course, best known for playing the wonderful TV mother, Olivia Walton, she did 7 seasons. She left during the 7th season and then returned again during the 8th season, and then came back for all of the reunion movies that we did once the series ended. I think she did most of them. I know she did certainly Mother's Day on Walton's Mountain, because I got to go to New York. She was filming Nurse at the time, so she may not have done all 3 of those, but she definitely did the Mother's Day one, because when Mary Ellen is going through the situation of thinking that she can't have children, and it's sort of pulling her apart from Jonesy, and she says she needs to go visit her mother. So she supposedly goes to Arizona, where Olivia is living for her health at that time. Well, what they really did, because Michael was filming in New York, was they sent me to New York. And I got to do my scenes with Michael in New York on the sets that were being used at the time for Nurse. And they just redressed those sets, and I got to film there with her. So it was great to have her as part of that episode with me. Over the years, she took Olivia through a lot of different phases. I think when she first started off, the character Olivia was a little bit sterner. In early episodes, we sort of saw that particularly in The Sinner, when we first introduced the character of Reverend Fordwick, played by the amazing John Ritter, and how tough she was on the children and making them stay all dressed up and wouldn't let them have lemonade because that was for the guests, and they couldn't go swimming because we were waiting for so she was a little tougher in the beginning, but I know Michael really worked with the producers and Earl Hamner to see about softening the character a bit. She still had very strong views and was still, tough in ways, but we also got to see more of the softer side of her as a wife and a mother and a member of the community. But, I recently did a segment where we talked about some of her spicier moments and when she really was tough when needed with other people. And so it was a very complex and multi-layered character, which was really so much of what Michael brought to the character. I loved the relationship between John and Olivia. That was just, to me, the epitome of a couple that you would want to have that kind of relationship with your own spouse. I thought she was a mother that so many people wanted to have, who didn't want Olivia Walton as their mother. I mean, she was just compassionate and caring and supportive of her children, and the relationship with John was so loving and fun and flirtatious, despite 7 children and a miscarriage or 2 and losing a child and all of that, and the closeness of them, and that they truly were partners. And they didn't keep things from each other, but they were there to support each other through everything. And I loved that they were still romantic and that they still giggled and kissed and flirted. And there were some wonderful examples of that. Just recently, I talked about the episode The Home Front, and Olivia's been gone and now she's back home, and Elizabeth comes out and finds them sort of kissing and on the front porch, and is kind of like not what she wants to see with her parents. I always find that odd that so often in TV it's depicted that children don't want to know about their parents' relationship, or don't necessarily want to see them snuggling or kissing. I think it's sweet when, parents are clearly still people and still have a romantic relationship with their partner, their husband, their spouse. I've heard Michael say that her own personal Walton episode was the anniversary. And again, because she just loved that relationship between John and Olivia. And she has talked about how close she and Ralph were in real life and how they really did love each other, considered dating and decided not to because they didn't want it to in any way interfere with the work. I know when Ralph chose to get sober after, I think, the first season or sometime during the first season, he also encouraged Michael, who had been an alcoholic, and she also got sober and to this day is very proud of her own personal sobriety. So the anniversary to her really epitomized the strength of that relationship, and I think they had a nice opportunity to explore that relationship and that marriage. And so that meant a lot to Michael as an episode to be part of. I always loved doing scenes with Michael because as an actress, she was so present and so engaged in what was going on. And so it made it very easy to play scenes. She has talked about how she loved doing scenes with Ralph because all she had to do was listen to him and respond to him. And for me, I felt the same way about Michael. I did with Ralph too, but you just kind of had to be there. And what she was doing, just impacted me as an actress. And so it was very easy to just play the back and forth of the scene. I loved The Easter Story was one of my favorite episodes. And I loved that we saw that relationship between Olivia and each of her children. And so for Mary Ellen, it was about wanting to go to this dance with GW, but not knowing how to dance, and Olivia getting John Boy to teach Mary Ellen, and also that she was going to make her this dress to wear so that she would have something nice for the dance. And then GW arrives and she wants to see us together and wants to see us dance. And so there were just many sweet moments there in that episode for me about interacting with her as my mother, and so many over the season, so many episodes of scenes with her when Mary Ellen was going through tough things, like in The Obsession when she's trying to get off of her addiction for the pills, and Olivia is just there for her throughout it. And at times when she struggled, like in the quilting, when she didn't want to be part of it, but Olivia, although she defended Mary Ellen and told Grandma that that she should respect Mary Ellen, but she also then told Mary Ellen that she needed to basically respect her grandmother. And so she was firm about wanting to raise her children herself, but she also she wasn't soft with them. She didn't let them get away with bad manners and mistreating other family members and things like that. So I felt she was fair and pretty consistent in how she dealt with her children. Besides all the wonderful time I spent with Michael on set and doing scenes, and her warmth and her humor and her protectiveness of us. She has said that she and Ralph looked upon us as sort of children of a sort, and they felt protective of us and wanted to make sure we were doing well. So she always cared for us. She was kind, she was generous, and she, to me, was the kind of mama that anyone would love to have. In real life, we got together with Michael. We have over the years, and sometimes we would have girls' lunches. Me and Mary would go out to lunch with Michael. And I think sometimes Leslie Winston, who played Cindy Walton, would join us. And Michael would host dinners or lunches at her house at times, and we were able to gather there in her real home and spend time. So it has just been one of my greatest joys to have her in my life for all these years, and to have her as a second mother. And particularly since I no longer have my own mother in my life, she will always have a very special place in my heart. So I wanted to take this moment to wish Michael a very happy birthday. Hope that she had a wonderful celebration and that she has many more ahead. We did celebrate her birthday in person a few years back. We were in Marshfield for the Cherry Blossom Festival, and we were able to make use of the kitchen area of the sort of bed and breakfast that we were staying at. And us, the cast, her kids, got together and prepared a dinner for her and had a cake for her and surprised her with this birthday celebration. And I think that meant a lot to her. And I think any time that we get together to spend personal time is very special. So although I am not with her today or yesterday when it was actually her birthday, I hope it was a good one. I did reach out to her and wish her a very happy birthday. And thank you to all of you for helping me celebrate Michael for her birthday. I will see you next time for more behind the scenes of the Waltons, and I'll answer more of your questions and more Ask Judy. And I have some more special guests coming up. Thanks for watching.